Hello, hello.
Welcome back to the Peter Joe Podcast. Today's episode is going to be a delicious one. This has been a busy week here at the Peter Joe Podcast. This is the fourth episode released in as many days. I've been really going at it this week. I've been pouring my blood, sweat, and tears into this. I'm happy about my these 4 recordings the past 4 days. I've come to realize I love this beautiful world of podcasting. It's literally getting me through everything right now. It's a good outlet for me. I feel like I can be myself on here. I could talk to you beautiful people without feeling insecure about it. Like I just feel great doing this. And it's been a learning curve. I feel like I'm getting better with each episode. And it's going to keep getting better and better. I'm going to come up with more material as I go. Like I said in the beginning, I want this to be an everything podcast. I literally want to talk about everything and anything. So I'm gonna have variation from episode to episode. The last 2 episodes I did were on the history of video games. The episode before that was mental health, self-help. This is going to be another mental health one. It's called Layer Cake. Episode 9. Alright, so let's get to it. First, I want to talk about a word that most people absolutely fucking hate. No, the word is not moist that I'm referring to. The word I'm talking about is shame. Shame is a rough 4-letter word. Most people, they hate the feeling of shame. I don't blame them. Shame is losing your vehicle. Shame is having your wife tell you she wants a divorce. Shame is your kid asking for something, and you just tell them you don't have the money for it. It's heartbreaking. It's like a dagger in your chest. Shame is seeing someone you know absolutely killing it in life. Shame is realizing and admitting a wrongdoing. I feel like in order to succeed, we all need to feel shame at times in our life. We need to stop looking at shame as a bad thing. Shame should just be something that pushes you. I've got another word here I'm going with, and it's hope. Hope is great to have, but it means nothing if you are just sitting around hoping something changes. Hope is nothing without ambition. You can't have one without the other. If you have ambition but no hope, then you're just tricking yourself. And don't let someone else give you hope. You have to give yourself hope. It's the only way to do it. I'm speaking from experience right now. I also want to talk about push. Being pushed can go different ways. People can push you. You can push yourself. Desperation can push you. Sometimes desperation gives you a push in a positive direction. Sometimes desperation pushes you into a negative direction. That's up to us to decide. So many times we see this. We see a dad robbing a bank because he's lost his job the day before. That's a negative direction from desperation. Opposite of that, man loses his job. Later that week, he lands a dream job. That's a positive direction from desperation. But both stem from desperation. Sorry. I just worked till 1 a.m., so I'm a little tired. Yeah, but both of those are ways you can go from desperation. Positive or negative. It's your choice. And then I want to talk about want. I always say to myself, I want to be successful. I want my kids to have everything they need and everything they want. I want to be an awesome co-parent with my ex-wife, which I know we're going to do. So check that off the list. I want to help others, which I feel like, or I hope I'm doing right now at least. I want to help myself. Everything you do in life, you should want to do. That is so important. If you don't want it, then good luck making it happen. So basically, this podcast is my layer cake. It's got 4 layers. Top, it's got shame, that's a layer. Hope, push, and want. I feel shame that I'm not where I want to be financially in life. I feel hope that this new journey is going to be successful. I am pushing myself out of desperation and in a positive direction. I want to be successful for all the right reasons. And you could do this. You could make a list. That's one thing my ex-wife taught me. She was really good at making lists. Make a list. Make a mental list or make a physical list. Write it down. Put it in your head. It's the same thing. I picked up podcasting to challenge myself, to learn something new, to be able to talk about things a lot of people don't want to talk about. They don't want to talk about it because they're afraid of that 5-letter word, shame. They're afraid of it. All of us are afraid of it. If you say you're not afraid of it, you're probably lying, or lying to yourself. I'll take all the shame if it's going to give me a push, if it's going to give me hope, because I know the shame will eventually get me what I want. It'll get me where I want to be. So yeah, that's my layer cake. This podcast to me is a layer cake. I feel like it's a good analogy. It's a good analogy for this podcast. It's a good analogy for life. And food is fucking awesome, so it equates perfectly. I hope this episode made sense to you. I know it was a short one. Usually when I sit down and write a mental health podcast, I'm bullet pointing it, but I know in my head what I want to talk about. I usually have a clear plan of what I want to talk about, and it's usually what I'm feeling. Like, I thought about all this at work today. It wasn't busy in work, so I had this time to think to myself. And that's how I came up with this layer cake analogy. But I hope this episode, like I said, makes sense to you. I helped you feel better, less stressed, and I hope it gave you hope. Saying hope a lot, but that's a powerful word. Till next time, which will probably be in a few days. I work a lot the next couple days. But until next time, my people, stay positive, stay hopeful, stay positively hopeful. Goodbye.